Howdy, howdy, boys and girls, and welcome back to some more Inscryption. Now, you're going to be noticing real quickly, I'm not actually playing right now. So, I don't know why you can hear the audio for the gameplay, but you couldn't hear me. So, I'm currently covering my face cam anyway, so you can't see me, but I'm looking like an idiot talking around. Again, I don't know what happened. My mic turned off basically as soon as the video started. Right now, I'm just talking about the shop and having our new item, because it looks like there might be about 3 more items. Stop being an idiot, please. Because you notice the drones up at the top, and also because now there's the overclock mechanic, I'm actually willing to get more cards like this. Because with the overclock mechanic, I can finally get rid of cards in my deck. I was kind of worried since the start, because I can't change my deck. I can't edit it like I was in the second part of this game. And much like the first part of this game, I have to get to an event to get rid of a card, but there aren't as many events to get rid of cards. So, but with the overclock mechanic now a thing, we can just kind of take whatever card we want. I don't like any of these options. Personally, the Bolt Hound is too expensive for a 2/2. Busted 3D Printer gives you the energy cells, which is like, I could just draw those. So I go for the gift bot. When it dies, it gives you a random card. But I mean, if it dies and leaves me alone anyway, I don't care. So I'm just gonna go and overclock that. So I'm just showing, can't alter the deck, which was the right option. Yeah, gift bot wasn't exactly great, so we're just gonna get rid of that as quick as possible. Don't judge my mug. I got it from a terrible person, and it's not even that big. But like, yours my favorite, so I couldn't fathom to get rid of it. It's very early the next morning. I sadly realized way too late to fix it that this happened. So the video even went up for a little bit. Luckily, no one saw it because no one cares. But I do like making these, and I do feel like they should at least be halfway decent. So yeah, I don't mind if nobody sees them. I actually really enjoy making these videos. And there we go. A 1/2 gift bot. So now it's at least worth something because it can attack. Whereas it's absolutely useless as a 0/2 that gives me a random card. We already went down and fought Grimora. We got her quill to sign a contract to go there. So I assumed it was going to be the same way with Leshy, but I just wanted to go over here and make sure the bridge was built. It's fixed. You can go on your merry way. I know my face cam's a little big here, but like, I had to be able to cover my old one, so. Alright, we already got a pelt there. Forgot about that. So yeah, we're gonna go heading to Leshy's next. I saw that skull at the bottom right later in the video, and I was like very concerned about it. I was like, wait, is there another enemy there? But no, that's just showing where the Uber bot was, like the boss. About Leshy's area. One, it looks pretty cool, and it's really neat, like seeing all the areas represented in each of the scribes' places. But this place is surprisingly small, and after killing the archive, this appeared over here. And that was my reaction to this. June 6, 2006. Found this old picture of when Elle and I first got into Aquaromans. Gilly Gladiator, sick. Elle got a Julia C star. One, if someone specifically made that card for this game, oh sorry, that's kind of dope. But if that's an actual thing, can somebody tell me? It stays the same. It's not a new picture every time. I didn't think the archivist would dig up this. Now, I don't know who L is, and I don't know who the I is referring in these pictures. But all the pictures are related. I'm going down quickly to Grimora's area to see if there's another picture there. Spoiler warning, there's not. This is where I thought, oh wow, there must be something special over here, and it's just re-seeing the boss. Okay, where am I? There we go. So we head back up here. Got our first enemy in this area. Now, this area introduced like a very interesting mechanic of beast cards. And it's a lot of cards where you'll see they'll transform into a beast form. Quill, that's what that is supposed to be, is a porcupine, obviously. So he changes into a 1/1 with the Thorns sigil, I think it's called. I didn't know this, so I just kind of put the sentry down as like a caution. But the porcupine's not strong in the slightest, so pretty easy to deal with. Now I have my gift bot and bomb latcher and empty vessel, so I have some pretty good early cards. I could empty vessel the quill, seeing as how my vessels now have thorns, and that would die. Or what I was thinking of was using the bomb latcher. How long are you going to ponder this? Oh yeah, sacrifice the gift bot over here, because who gives a shit? Is that later on? I think that's later on, actually. Again, this was last night, so I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Okay, and Sonya is our own beast card, which we didn't quite realize that's what it was originally when we got her. But Sonya's not nearly that good, and they have a Sonya on their side. Because Sonya turns into a 2/1 flying card, and already starts out as only a 1/1 regular card. So it dies so fast, there's only like specific situations I can play it in. So it's actually very annoying, and I hate that card. But it is pretty good for like turns like this where they give me so much extra time to set up. Fishbot's a good draw. This is where I start to actually think. So that kind of guarantees his Sonya's dead, and his empty vessel covers Bloodhound. Or Bolthound, sorry. It's the Bloodhound in the original game. He kills my Sonya, hurts my empty vessel. Come on, I'm waiting for him to realize it. Because I can wipe their board right now, is what I'm trying to get at. Because the bomb latcher. Because the quill would get rid of the trees. God, it's loud on this end. Hold on. Now, I don't like the Amiibot much either, because of its random sigil. I don't think there's as good as sigils. There's probably still the same amount of sigils, but like, I don't know, with the cards that it gives me and the cards that I'm fighting against, they don't really seem to have all that impact. Like, I'm not going through cards as fast as I was in Leshy's game, but like, I don't have to sacrifice anything, so a lot of the Undying sigils are useless if I even ever found them. I don't think I ever actually found them. Finally put the bomb latcher on the tree, because now I have an ability to break the tree, and I can kill both of those with my double gunner. So this is a nice little board clear here. Which, I mean, yeah, it's kind of good because, like, I didn't kill my bomb launcher too early. Now, this is scary because that is the one counter for my double gunner right now. Because my double gunner is so strong, it can't take any hits. But, like, once he comes out, I basically win. If that bomb... If the exploding bot was, like, one turn sooner, like it was right behind, I would have lost him there. So I have to be very careful with him. Already 2 stars here. I also really like this, like, roguelite map thing going on. Like, it's no longer the branching path like you see in Enter the Spire or whatever it is. And we got the miner here. He mines the path open for us. And here, this is what the special cards for these area are. One of your cards will get a transformation as a beast, and you get to choose which card and which beast. It's not that complicated. It's kind of complicated, because I'm sitting here looking like... I actually don't like a lot of cards, and it'd be pretty useless to give a card the ability to transform if I'm not going to use it anyway. So I was thinking, if I use the bomb launcher, if they kill it as the bomb launcher, I get a bomb out of it. But if they don't kill it as bomb launcher, I could turn it into a beast. I didn't realize I get to choose which beast, so I'm looking through. It's a wolf, a raven, and an adder. Now, adder's pretty useless, because don't forget, it has to transform first to become an adder. So they're literally going to just send something at it and kill it that next turn. So it's more of amount of how much damage it can do. Because even the flying card, they could just send something against it once it transforms and immediately kill it. They're all 1 health is what I'm getting at. So what has the most damage? The wolf. So I'm obviously going to pick the wolf here. That, and I just have a personal stigma against flying cards because I hate them. So yeah. So if my bomb launcher survives, I now get a free wolf. And I'm just checking back to make sure there isn't any secrets or hidden money in the pathway I just opened up. And this is like the second or third to last battle in Leshy's area, so it's really, really tiny. Kind of wish I went here first. Now that's a grizzly. I'm sorry, my face cam kind of covers it. And a grizzly is a 0/4 that transforms into a 4/4 grizzly bear. And I didn't want to deal with that, and I didn't fully know what that would transform it into, but I had a pretty strong assumption with the name Grizzly. Or just Grizz. I kept calling it Grizzy. Excuse me. I kept calling it Grizzy, because I watch a lot of Grizzy's videos. So I kept saying Grizzy, I'm like, damn it, stop. But he also sends out the Bat Sonya. So that is a problem, because if I get hit by both of those, I instantly lose. So I wanted to cover the Grizzly with the empty vessel, use the sentry drone to kill his Sonya before it even gets an attack off. I see the Explode Bot coming, but Grizzly is now useless this turn. I'm doing it again. That wasn't even intentional. I just accidentally said that. So I'm gonna play my Me Bot to cover for the Explode Bot or Grizzly. I don't know why I put it there. Oh, I see its sigil. Okay. Because then it'll move over after doing damage to Grizzly. Okay. I missed its sigil. Sorry. Okay, so I have both my double gunners, so I can win as soon as I get to that point. Skeletron would be nice to get rid of Grizzly. I kind of just want something dead here, I'm pretty sure. So it's between the Skeleton Launcher or the Explode Bot. Okay. Especially because if I kill the Explode Bot, I'm dead too. This other Grizz comes out on both sides, and I'm kind of like, ah, shit. I actually have to deal with this. I forget to draw a card, of course, because I do that all the time. It's part of the game. It's the start of every turn. How do I forget it so often? Anyway, Skeletron, cover Grizzly. Lonely Wizbot, cover the other one. They do nothing this turn. But here, if I kill the Explode Bot, his Grizz survives, and so does my Skeleton Launcher. And there's basically no way to save Wizbot here, so... Unless I use my double gunners. And even then, why would I do that? Just kill him. Be done with it. Actually, no, I probably go for damage here, don't I? Because I want as much money as possible. Yeah, so I clear out the two Grizzlies. Shieldbot is actually great against Sentry Drone. I kind of debated it in this episode at some point. I'm like, Shieldbot's not that great. I kind of want to get rid of him. But I'm like, no, he's actually really good because he could cover like high damage stuff like that. And now I do a bunch of damage right here. Do I get 6 coins for this? Yeah. So I get a bunch of money for that round. The guy who used to live here was a total idiot. I didn't mean he kept a clean cabin. Wait, what? You make misplays left or right. About caring about lore and flavor. You get it right. The perfect strategy is all that matters in a card game. Yeah, I don't like this robot. I absolutely loved Leshy's like lore and flavor for it all. Hidden path to the right, get a free hair pelt. I still don't know what they do. That you don't find out this round, so I'm sorry. Also, where did I put that paper? I never understood what was that whole mycologist, perhaps blood, whatever. I even talked it over with my mother. I'm like, what could this word be? We got like slaughter box, we got like slaughter socks, we got leader socks, we got leader box. It was like, what in the world is this supposed to be? Now, that was a trade, so we can get a Quill, a Sniper Bot, or our own Grizz. I kind of like the Grizz, because that's a 4/4. Big damage. Basically like our double gunner. And then immediately when I picked, I'm like, Wait, but it's a 0-4 at every other point, so I didn't really like that decision. I'll give you a card, you give me one, da-da-da-da-da. Now this one's the trade. There we go. It's another Grizz, a Quill, and an Insectadrone. I'm like, crap, now I have a Grizz I don't really want. Quill's a little expensive to be... It actually gets worse when it transforms. Excuse me. So I take the Insectadrone. It's cheap, and it's like guaranteed 1 damage. Now, I hate flying cards, so it's not exactly what I wanted. And the only thing I was really willing to part with would be either the Grizz or Sonya, because my Bomb Latcher can now transform. The Skelly Latcher is still kind of useful. And Amiibot, I just started to realize it's like, there's no good sigils this could turn into. I don't think I get rid of Amiibot here, but it kind of puts the thought in my head. This is where I start to consider Shieldbot. Again, a bad decision because it can cover a high attacking card for 1 attack. And usually if they have high attack, they'll have low health. So that's actually good to keep. Energy Bot is also kind of useless now. I didn't realize this at this point. But because my vessels... No, actually no, not yet. Hold on. I did it again. I always keep thinking the vessels add like energy slots. Here we go. Now, because my Insectadrone is so pathetic, I decided to also give it a Beast Sigil for the Wolf. Because again, changing it into the Raven or the Adder would be a waste. So now our Insectadrone is essentially just a 3-cost Wolf, which could become out very simple. If I turn 1 the Energy Drone, I can get it turn 2. I just got to put it somewhere where it doesn't get murdered immediately. I don't normally drink coffee. This is actually just really good. It's one of those days. I would have fixed this last night. Not to worry anybody or anything, but it's been a little hectic over this household. Yesterday was my last day of work for the week, and I don't think I'm going back for a while because my mother has came down with, I don't want to guarantee anything yet, but symptoms very similar to COVID. And I mean very similar, so I might have a hard time coming up soon. I apologize if that makes it harder to get these videos out. I'm just going to be taking care of her for the week, so I don't want any kind of unnecessary burdens or anything. I'm probably even going to take a week or 2 off of work. I don't know what their plans are. I'm going to call them later and ask them about it, because some places say 2 weeks, some places say 10 days. Whatever they need, I'm completely up for it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be fine. I probably won't get sick. I think I already had it when this started, like back when the virus was a lot weaker and yada yada yada. And then I've worked throughout this entire time, so I know I've came into contact with it for a few times, and I haven't gotten it before. Like, I haven't gotten it again. So I'm thinking I'm good. I'm going to keep trying to get these videos up. Again, if I just kind of disappear, I'll probably try to keep you guys posted on social media. So don't forget to follow my Twitter. It's in the description of every video. Barry Tank Bar here. Now, this guy was a big problem. If you notice, he's a 5'2". Or no, is it a 5'2"? Is it a 5'3"? Something like that. Whole point is, he's a 5'3". So he moves, he pushes cards, and he has a bifurcated 5 strike damage. So he can do 10 damage any single turn. So I'm a little panicky here. Now, of course, because he has a decent amount of health, I want to get rid of him as soon as possible, and the best way to do that would be the Explode Bot. The problem with that is because he doesn't attack straight away, I can't just trade him out. So I actually have to do damage to hurt him. Now here, I didn't know that happened. My lonely Wizbot was far to the left. And because my Sentry Drone was in the way of me putting down the Bomb Latcher down, I didn't think he'd move, but he did. And I didn't want him in front of the Explode Bot, because I want to save the Explode Bot for Grizz. So I had to kill my lonely Wizbot and re-put a Sonya down to kill their Sonya. So it was kind of a waste of card there, bad play on me, but I didn't know. I honest to God didn't know. I thought about it, but I'm like, no, the Sentry Drone's there. He's not going to move over. Apparently the Wizbot just moves no matter what. If it can, it will. Like, I should just expect that. I even figure out later he jumps cards, so he's a little clingy. I mean, that's the whole point, but Jesus, dude. I kill his Sonya. I take 1 damage, bomb latch the tree, because I know no matter what, that tree's going to be next to him. And then I accidentally shoot it with my sentry. Because he does move trees, which I wasn't also not sure of. I didn't think he could move trees, but he could. So I luckily cleared the entire left side of the board, but now I had this big old bastard here to deal with. Barry Tankberg, is that his name? So I'm looking at him. He's a 5/2. I don't have anything that can do 2 damage to him. And I've got very weak cards in my hands, including Grizz, because Grizz can't take an attack from him, because he has 4 health. Imagine that. I get him, and he's absolutely useless, even though he's a 5 cost. I hate the idea that I got this Grizz. It's actually terrible. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't know why. It's just, it looks like it should be good on paper, and it was annoying to deal with, but, like, the fact that I dealt with it so well should have been my first indication that it's not that good. So now, what I was thinking is Explode Bot in front of Barry should do 1 damage to him. I know it's not going to kill him, but it should do 1 damage to him. And the Insect Drone next to it, I can hit him back, get me in a better position health-wise, putting it almost back to neutral. Now Barry will kill both of those, and I still have 1 spot covered because of that Explode Bot for when his turn starts. So I know I won't take damage from the Explode Bot, and I won't take 1 of those 5s. Luckily, thank God, I pull my double gunner. So I just end him. I just end him. I'm done. I don't want to deal with Barry. I just end him. I don't worry about getting money. That guy was a 5/3 bifurcated push. You can't get better than that. I sound like an absolute nerd playing this game. And here we are. I get to the cabin and the boss is just there. This area's done. This is the last challenge and probably the coolest boss fight in this entire game. Next boss is pretty cool. You'll actually need to think about your plays. Whole new mechanic. Okay, where were those files? Unpacking photographer.zip. That's creepy, though, I will admit. Like, at least Grimora kind of had a face. Why does Leshy just have, like, a lens? Now, you notice that popped down. Luckily, the me in the game is actually hovering over it. That is a camera, yes. I have no idea what it does, so just to be safe, I put an empty vessel out. Clicking around, trying to figure out if I could do something special on my turn, because, you know, there's always something special in these boss fights. And then he dumps this on me. I panic, and he goes, "This is my friend. You will aim them." Okay. You will produce a photograph, or you may decide not to. That is your choice. So I look at it, and it's like, okay, there's no point in not taking a picture here, so I might as well, because the faster I learn the game mechanics, the faster I can do this. My friend will remember that photo. My friend will allow you to use that photo. To what end? You will see. Choose when? You will see. So now I'm panicking, because, like, okay, that didn't do anything for me. And these are a bunch of sentries with toxin. So if I put anything against them, it'll immediately die. So I'm sitting here, okay, I don't know how to deal with that. That's guaranteed 5 attacks. I'm covering one of them, so I won't die. But I need to get up and going as fast as possible. So Energy Bot comes out. So now I'm going to be at 3 energy next turn. And I cover 2 hits. I still take 3 damage, and I only killed 1. And then it brings up the camera again. I'm like, okay, what does this do? And it wipes his board. So the camera, you can take a picture of the board, and it will reset it back to that point where you took the picture. Now, of course, I don't have the Energy Bot in my hand, because it's not like turning back time. It only changes the board. So I still lose my cards if they die, but I could bring them back if they were on the board when I took the picture. So I see here, okay, the board's empty, and I have 2 on the board. That'd be perfect. So I take a picture here. And then, of course, I play my turn as usual. I'm already doing 2 damage here. So I need, like, 2 more damage to offset what he's done so far. So I just say Insect Drone, Explode Bot. Actually, no, I need only 2, so I go 2 over. So he kills my flying, and I get a free wolf. I look at this, I'm like, this is neither good for me nor bad for me, so I don't take a picture and I don't reset it. Alright, so he's got a flying and a soon-to-be flying. But I win. So, of course, this is phase 1. This is nothing major. You have dealt me a blow. You have dealt me a blow. Recalibrating personality makes. If you notice that was an actual error, he said the same thing twice. And then all these furs come out. Now, I could take a picture, or I could reset it back to the point where I was winning. I was kind of dumb here, because I thought it would get rid of the grizzes. But it doesn't. It doesn't change the back line. It only changed what's currently on the board. So I'm panicking a little bit. Forget to draw, because again, I'm an idiot. And then I can get the double gunner out and win before it even becomes a matter. So that was an accident, but I was luckily in a good enough place where I could just end it there. So I only got 1 coin, but it was good enough. So Leshy fight, very cool. Not at all difficult, but very cool. And there goes the second one. Now, this is where my deck gets very interesting. This time, for the energy vessels, because remember, at the last time we killed an Uber bot, we got a sigil on our energy vessels. We got thorns. Now we're getting a second sigil, and it could be airborne coverage, a shield, or energy. What I thought from the beginning that these energy vessels did was gain energy, like my energy bot does. But they didn't. And I was like, oh, when they have thorns, they're at least a good wall. But now, they also get me energy, or a good wall. So there's actually a reason to draw them now. Like, for long-term help, they help now. They're good cards now. So I get that, and I head back to the shop. I have 24, and there's our next item. We opened up a beast transformation for our cards. Now, unlike the overclocking, which for some reason didn't show up in the shop anymore, so I hope it'll come back at some point, it doesn't get rid of your cards. Oh, I talked to this guy too, and he says, "What? You're not so merry. Being a pawn in this petulant android's game, doing it for you?" Reloading personality matrix. It's fixed. So apparently the personality matrix doesn't even like leap or PO3 or whatever the hell his name is. So we cross the bridge as we're trying to go towards PO3 and Magificus's islands. And he sends out an alarm bot, and this is the perfect example of why the energy vessel is so great now. So I play it, this kills the alarm bot, and I'm going to have 3 energy next turn instead of 2. I might have been covering it in the previous videos. My energy is at the top right. It has a limit of 5. It starts at 1 on turn 1, goes to 2, turn 2. But if I play an energy card, it jumps up 1. So turn 1, it'll go to 2, even though I'm using 1 for the empty vessel. And it'll stay 1 up from every turn I do. So I'll be at 5 on turn 4. It's just helping to get you up and running faster. But it's a big help with you see how many 2, 3, 4 cost cards I have. I don't have any 4 costs. I have 5 costs. So I know it's a little confusing. I'll probably move the camera next episode now that I'm looking at it. It's kind of... it's a little annoying. And this is where I noticed, hey, Lonely Wizard jumps cards, because he was all the way at the right. I put my sniper all the way on the left. He jumps the empty vessel to get over there. So I'm no longer covering that. And I'm trying to not kill him here, so I can get as much money as possible, but I do just enough damage to kill him, sadly. Now, this, you will destroy one of your cards. Don't be an idiot, this is better than getting one. Makes your deck much more consistent, and I'll give you Robux for it. Which one do you hate? So, I was debating what to get rid of, because I have a lot of cards that do 0 damage. I was like, okay, Grizz is pretty useless. Maybe I should get rid of Grizz. I can no longer get rid of the Insectodrone because it changes into a wolf, and that's actually halfway decent. I maybe want to get rid of Sonya, but then I hover over an energy bot. And I'm like, oh wait, my vessels just do this normally. So I have no more need for the energy bot. So I get 4 Robux for destroying the energy bot. Now I'm starting to get a lot of money here, and I'm more just gaining cards than I'm buying them. But to me, my deck is actually pretty consistent. And of course, the next draw we get an energy bot, and I hate the swap bot, so I immediately take the shield bot after realizing recently how useful it is. So of course, we can go down or up. Going up would go to PO3's Technology Island, and going down would go to Magnificus's place. So I go up first, and I find this file. Another pic of Elle and I. This was for school, but I remember it was right after we won that tournament. Together at Comics Land. We told Mom and Dad it was a spelling bee. June 9th, 2006. Now, this is 3 days after the other photo. So we know this is the same person because of the Elle and I. We don't know who the I is, but it looks like Elle is somehow their little sister. And I looked at this, I'm like, okay, I don't know who that is. Because I was thinking maybe at first it was the Lucky Carter's files. Because we're technically playing on his computer. But I'm like, he doesn't have that long hair, so it doesn't look like him. So I started to consider, like, oh, maybe that's Casey or one of the original cards that were trapped in Leshy's game. Here I just take a quick sigil. There were a couple good options, because there was a stinky sigil, which would be amazing, because there's a lot of cards in this version of the game with only 1 damage. There's the bifurcated strike, which is always amazing. And then there's also the sentry, which is pretty good, but I don't have anything strong enough to really make that too worthwhile. Or so I thought. I decided I wanted to run an experiment. See, I have my double gunners as probably my... Anyway, that's probably my highest damaging cards. And I was looking at it, okay, what happens... Excuse me. If they had the Sentry Sigil. Now, the Sentry Sigil shoots whatever moves into the section opposite of your card. And it never explained that directly. Because I should have read it, for starters. But I thought, what if I give it to Double Gunner? Does it shoot when something goes right in front of it? Or does it shoot when something goes diagonal to it? And in which case, will it do both of its normal shots, or will it try to kill it? Like, for example, if they play something in front of Double Gunner, will it ignore it and shoot to the sides, immediately causing 4 damage, or killing whatever's over there? Or does something have to move to its sides, and then it shoots whoever's on those sides? Because depending on that answer, that could be really good. So we're going to try it out. I don't think I actually got a chance to try it out. And I can't pick Bifurcated Strike because it already has it. So it can't become some kind of like quad strike where it just like shotguns the whole board. Which would be kind of cool, but you know. That can't have been correct. That was what PO3 said, and it made me kind of concerned because I'm like, oh god, does this just break the card? This is the main reason I didn't put it on my really strong Double Gunner. But also, it's like, well, it was worth a try. I noticed we couldn't go any farther that way, so I had to keep going this way, and I'm not sure if that means you can only go to Magnificus here, or if, like, Leapbot, or whatever, I keep calling him Leapbot, PO3, or LO3, or FO3, or whatever the hell he is. I can't go to him yet. So I'm thinking what I'm supposed to be doing is I'm essentially stealing each scribe's special tool, whatever they use, because Grimora had the quill, Leshy had the camera, PO3 had his formulas, I guess, I don't know what to call them, because it said he coded them, essentially, and then Magnificus had his paintbrush. Am I stuck here? This is pretty obvious, I don't know what I'm concerning. Anyway, so I pull out my empty vessel, easy kill for the automaton. Double Gunner's about to come out, so I cover that too. And I believe when Double Gunner hits my vessel, he dies, yes. I also wanted to test that out, because I wasn't sure if it would damage straight across or not. I was pretty sure it would work. It did. Now, the insect drone does attack over my empty vessel, which kind of sucks. Because I didn't pick the airborne sigil, which I probably will next. Just so no matter what hits it, it takes damage. But I can just play my own double gunner and win the game. So I get 3 more coins for this. I'm at 33 coins. I need to spend those. Just checking for any extra pathways. And we already get to the next checkpoint. Now this is where I realize it's like, oh, I can go up here. So this is where I get to decide. So I go down and immediately get to Magnificus's place. And, yep, oh no, yep, I forgot a piece. You have legs. Stand up and get it. It's in the smelter room, floating above the smelting machine. I can't let you go further until I have it. So it blocks off all my paths, and I hear a sound to my right, which freaked me out at first. You can kind of see the camera floating in the distance. I want to explore a little bit about... I haven't seen this card yet, so I was sitting here like, okay, what does this do? Where do I get this? I turn to my left, and I see Leshy's clock. Ugh, how annoying. Yeah, the scribe's junk sometimes glitches in here. Try to ignore it. I'm obviously not going to ignore it. And I remember in the Leshy fight, it was 11 o'clock. That was on the table where we got all the boons. So I immediately put that in, and I get this card. And it's not a card I can take. I don't know what the hell it means. So I'm clicking at it furiously. I'm trying to figure out what the hell it's talking about. And then I realized, like, wait. There was a second... there was a second time I could use. So I went to quickly look it up. So give me a second. So the second time, this was what it was. Whereas the big hand on the 1, small hand on the 4, medium hand on the 5. I did that. It did nothing. Don't worry about it. So the main thing you can get from that clock is the card with the flying sigil on it. No idea what else I could do over there, so I just start heading back this way. Looking for anything new to have glitched in this area. And I see these floating books. I can't click on them. They're just kind of there. So I'm like, oh, okay. What's this door for? Because this door is now open. And then I flashbang the shit out of myself with this camera. Freaked me out. You can see a little face down at the bottom center. And I'm like, is that what I look like? Oh, I look ugly. What the hell? So, the battery is no longer here. I don't know how this is still running. But, yeah, so Leshy's camera is there. We got floating books there. And I see this chest. And we know what that flickering means. And there goes our green guy. Greetings. The pain? Bearable. The pressure of these pipes surrounding me feels nice. That and the knowledge that the master is near. So proof that Magnificus is near. Oh, yes, the master is near. I feel his presence. That robot will rue the day. The pain bearable. So with that glitch, what appeared was something to the right of me. It's like a little tower we'd found in the Magnificus. Yeah, there we go. And I didn't realize it immediately. But the card we found earlier showed 3 dots going vertically. And it didn't show anything for the other 2 dots. But the top one showed the airborne sigil. And because I didn't know what the other sigils are, I just kind of left it there. I have a little moment here where I try to look for any other sigils, because now that I've realized, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I start walking around looking for sigils. I think I flashbang myself at least once more time with the camera, so be warned for that. I'm just looking back now to see if I missed anything. God damn it. I wasn't even ready for it. I even cautioned myself about it. So I'm looking around for any other sigils. Like, literally, I am now, too. Seeing if I missed anything. Select all applicable motions for the following scenarios. Okay. And this was kind of creepy. You draw your energy, but you have full energy, so it's useless. So, of course, the 2 negative faces. You're about to die from an insectodrone, and you draw a leap bot, which has the airborne defense sigil. So, of course, that's a good thing. You successfully performed the Great Transcendence. And I immediately hit done, because I'm like, I don't want to do this. They're all happy faces, so it's like, okay, fine. I guess I have to click them all. I was just getting cheeky. I don't know. Now, this console, enter the correct sum. Now, this threw me off, because I'm like, okay, those are plus signs. So that's obviously 12. And then I see this, I'm like, is that still a plus sign or is that a division sign? Because if it's a division sign, this makes no sense. Because it would, I'm pretty sure, go into the negatives, and I can't make negatives. So I'm like, okay, then 2 plus 6, or 2 plus 4 minus 4 is 6, and then down to 2. So I'm like, okay, is it 2? But what does this symbol do? I should have realized pretty quickly that make it like a 4, because that's a bifurcated strike. Of course, that would be 2 strikes. But then I looked at it again. I'm like, is this supposed to be like a backwards 5 or something? So I questioned myself 50 million times in this right here. And I'm just an idiot. Again, it was late at night, so I just kind of did whatever I wanted. But yeah, no, it is 4 plus 4 minus 4. So it's supposed to be 4. If you just stop being an idiot and put that in, it'd be great. I never thought I'd get to the point where I was that YouTuber where it's like stupidly obvious answer right in front of you, but I'm still going to get it wrong. Anyway, so then here also 2 plus 2 plus, that's a trifurcated strike, so that's 6. So that's 10, right? Yeah. No, the middle one's trifurcated also, so it's 11. So I step on this bridge and I see this just kind of floating here. Nothing on the other side. That's a camera that I just tried to click on. I'm still looking for sigils, see if I missed anything. Which I probably did, but we're going to ignore that. So I picked that up. The drone just kind of flies out of here. And there's 2 more things over here. And I was like, which sigil is this represented? Like, that doesn't look like anything. So, trial by error. Apparently it's the shield. Apparently this one's bifurcated, I think. No, it's the movement. Then this one, it has arrows. That one has arrows, so I just clicked it. It was like, okay, whatever. I don't even know what those were supposed to be. And I get to this sigil, or this station, this, I don't know, terminal, there's the word. And it says, waiting for network. And I kind of just trying to be a goof. I'm like, wait, you mean literally? Like, I have to wait for this or not? So I wait a good, like, 30 seconds or so. And then I'm like, okay, no, there's nothing's happening here. So I'm assuming this turns on a light to my left, now my right. So I can see what's in that corner. But I can't do it right now. So I walk around for a little bit longer, looking for any kind of answer I can for this. As you can see, I just try to brute force it. Guess what? It fails. So we're going to skip forward again. There, that was a minute and a half wasting my time on that. 2 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay, so yeah. I wasted my time for about 3 to 5 minutes just trying to figure out that sigil BS. Go back over here, looking for sigils, and we're done. Okay. Yep, good. Let's attach it. So that's a little piece we found. This thing lights up when you have gems cards in place. I think it's like Geminoid or whatever. Your empty vessels are now... Oh, sorry. Check it out. So now every empty vessel has a gem to go with it. And each gem corresponds to what exactly our gemmed cards do. And I can switch what each vessel has by clicking on it from my edit deck section, which we weren't able to access before. But essentially sapphires make them cost less, rubies make them attack more, and emeralds make them have more health. That's what I'm explaining right now. And of course, any card that I change, I can actually change them into a gem card. That's what I'm doing here. And depending on which gem I have in play is when you'll calculate what it'll actually do to my card. Now, this is a very interesting / weird mechanic because I don't know if I can still do this outside of this battle. But, like, we're somehow getting the magic cards in PO3's game, but we didn't get sacrifices and we didn't get bones. So I don't know why it's doing this. But it's still interesting. It makes it so much more interesting. So I did it to my sentry drone because it'd be nice to get a free sentry drone if we have a sapphire on the board. If we had a ruby on the board, it would be great to have the sentry drone actually able to attack on its own. And then, of course, if we had an emerald on the board, it's just extra health, which is pretty useless. So, we're mostly just trying to go for rubies and sapphires. And here's another photo. June 10th, the next day of the last photo, 2006. Done sorting and scanning all these photos. This is the last one. Last photo of us together before we lost her. Goodbye, sis. So, it is his sister, Elle. It's Elle and I, so... But then I looked at the photo again and was like, was that... Hold on. Could that have been the Lucky Carter? Because he had short hair again. And let me pause it here real quick. If you look at over here, it almost kind of looks like his face. Because he cut his hair, so now it's shorter again, even though it's literally the next day. So I'm thinking it could be. I'm not exactly able to tell with how terrible quality this picture is, but like... Maybe this is off of the Lucky Carter's computer. Maybe his sister is Elle. Or it's, again, one of the other card players, and I'm just absolutely terrible at recognizing faces. I already suck at remembering names and stuff like that, so it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. You know what to do. So, now we're putting gems on another card. So we'll go Shieldbot, because, again, Shieldbot's so weak, but still very useful. Oh no, we're putting sigils on him now. Okay. Yeah, no, the Shieldbot wouldn't be a good idea to put the sigils on. So this one, it was also a stinky sigil. What else was there? There was... Was it... I can't remember what they were. Hold on. Alright, so the Bloodhound sigil, the Sniper sigil, and then the Stinky sigil. Of course, Stinky sigil would be good, but we already know the Sniper sigil is amazing on the Double Gunner. So obviously we went with that. Now, it's not overclocked, and it said something about its memory maxing out. So I'm thinking either 3 is the limit, or that was telling me I'm almost at the limit. So 4 is the limit. So I head to the right now, since the left was a dud. Now this is choosing another card to gem. So I could gem my Double Gunner that's overclocked and make him absolutely broken. But what I was really thinking of, if I have a Sapphire in play, he becomes cheaper. So now he's only a 4 cost. Or no, he's normally a... Is it 5 or 6 cost? He's normally a 6 cost, so he can become a 5 cost if I have a Sapphire out on the field. Just making sure there's no secret places, and go right into the next fight. Now this is the first fight where we get to see what the gems actually do. So it starts me with an Emerald Vessel out. Now, the Gem-Bound Ripper is pretty pathetic. So, obviously, turn 1, Sentry Drone kills him. Or I could just do the Emerald Vessel and he'd kill himself. So, this turn's pretty obvious. Yeah. And, of course, he kills the Emerald Vessel, so I get the free space back. But then he sends down an overclocked Emerald Vessel, and I don't realize it's overclocked, I don't think. So I'm like, oh, I'll just send Sonya out to deal with that next turn. And then he comes down and murders me with his Emerald Vessel. So, misplay on my part. But why would you overclock a vessel? How would you overclock a vessel? I don't even think I can overclock my vessels. Again, as per usual, I forget to draw a card. I'm dumb. It's fine. I know. Absolutely demolish that turn. And then Zip Van Gear pops out. Zip Van Gear here. Let's get down to business. So he's a bifurcated strike with 10 health and 4 damage per hit. If I get hit once, I'm fine. But if I hit both times, I'm screwed no matter what. So, obviously, I consider bomb latchering him, because I can just murder him instantly. I can't use the explode bot here, because, again, bifurcated strikes makes it so he can't actually hit me. So I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. You die. Do my own 4 damage. Win the battle. Don't even have to deal with him, because that would have been absolute hell. And now I can gem another card. See, looking back at this, it feels like I'm playing this game pretty slowly. But there's a lot going on. So this time I changed my Sniper into a gemmed card, because the Sniper's a pretty strong card on his own. So of course he's going to become extra strong if I just add gems to him. I thought I got a call, sorry. New cards, Gem Guardian and Bleen's Vessel. Bleen's Vessel is like 2 gems on the board. Absolutely useless because it's 0/1. Gem Guardian protects gems on the board. Like literally puts a shield on them. But I didn't really like that idea. It's a 3-cost 1/2, so it's not that good on its own. And I don't have many gem cards, so it's not like it's going to matter. And the Sniper Bot is a free gemmed card. So I'm like, I'd be stupid not to take the Sniper Bot. Because I also get free gems anyway, so screw it if they die. Another free hair pelt. Now, I forget what that sigil did, so I ran in here blind. But this is the self-destruct room again, where if I don't finish it in like 6 turns, I lose. I just instantly lose. So I have to break through his line of vessels and do... How many is that? 3, 6, 9, 12 damage? So I have to do 12 damage. So my first thought is, okay, if I put a ruby vessel down, it'll automatically make all my gem cards stronger. I do start with 1 energy the first turn, so I couldn't do anything there. So I'm like, okay, now that I've... On the second turn, there's a Sapphire out, making my Sniper Bot cost less. 2 rubies out, making him attack more twice. And he has 2 more health with the Emerald. I don't really care about him having health, because they're all so weak. So I go ahead... Hold on. I'm going to look at my cards here for a second. So I go ahead and shoot the Emerald Vessel, opposing my 1 free space. So, of course, I can play something next turn that can do damage. I draw a Sentry Drone. Absolutely worthless. So I'm like, okay, what would be the best thing just because I need some damage here? Let's go Explode Bot. Or Shield Bot. I don't know why I wouldn't go Explode Bot, just to clear my own spaces, if anything. So I get 3 damage that turn. I'm like, okay, I think that's barely enough damage to win. But I miscounted, so I'm panicking here, thinking, oh shit, how do I get a little bit more damage? Because I think I'd do exactly 12 damage if I just let it go like this. So I'm thinking, looking at my board, I have to get rid of something on my side of the board so that I can get more damage out. So I'm looking around, absolutely trash cards, so kind of hate that. And I hammer my Sapphire. Again, none of this actually matters, this is just me being stupid. Not stopping to actually count how much damage I need to do. But I can continue damaging with the Sniper Bot and Shield Bot, while the Explode Bot slowly whittles at the right side. Now that smug face is very annoying. I don't know what my luck was this entire match right here, but like I was getting no good cards. Like if I got my Double Gunner, it would have been absolutely over 2 turns. Or if I got that Grizz early enough where I could actually care about using it. There we go. You are a hero. Is that enough congratulations? So yeah, that was a little stressful just because I forgot it was a thing. Looking for secret pathways right now. But yeah, and then I get over here and I find that wizard on a spike from Magnificus's area. And he clears out a roadblock I didn't even know was here, so... Hit the 41 coins, and this is just leading me back to the bridge. So if I wanted to go back... It's basically, there's going to be a shorter path in every place that you have to unlock. Just so you can come back here later. Now, that's the trade symbol. I'm looking at all my cards, see what I'd be even willing to trade, which I should have just used the symbol anyway. Is this where I get rid of Sonya? I'm thinking this is where I get rid of Sonya. Oh, I didn't mean to stand up. Alright, what does he trade? I'm pretty sure 2 useless cards, and then, yeah, Sentry Drone. I don't need more sentries, but I need a Gem Guardian and the other thing even less. So I'm like, okay, Sonya, get out of here. You've done enough. You failed me enough. I don't need you here. And then I immediately get a free card, which, again, 2 uselesses and a Double Gunner. It's like, I hate these 2. I don't want these 2. Why do they keep showing up? I'm explaining how useless they are. Double Gunner. I have, like, very bad prejudice towards, like, some cards, and it's kind of funny to me, even. Checking the time, and I realize I've been playing for an hour. So, again, sorry about the mic cutting out this episode. I know you probably would have preferred, like, in the actual in-game commentary. I would have too. It's too early to be doing this right now. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you like this video nonetheless. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. It does so much for this channel, and honestly, I feel like it would get my videos out there, more people would see it, and I'd actually feel good about making these. But like now it's just a self-fulfilling joy, I guess. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can see when these videos pop up. And also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comment section down below. I will respond to, or at least answer, all of them. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video I record, alright? Peace.